Hey, what's up, y'all? I wanted to hop on here and just talk for a little bit. We lost a legend, you know, and I just feel like what I wanted to say um, couldn't really put into like a caption on social media. Mr. Charlie Pride was a legend. I remember, I think I was like 13, maybe 12. I was with my dad and 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 we was really just getting into music, because he was just telling me about the different country artists he loved, and I told him I wanted to get into music, and he said, "Well, there's somebody you need to know," and he put me on to Charlie Pride, and when I heard him, I was like, "All right, cool. He's got a good voice, Dad. I like his voice." He said, "No, you need to see what he looks like." And he showed me his picture, and I was like, whoa, okay. All right, I get it now. And, that really showed me that it doesn't matter what people might think you can't do because of the color of your skin. There was finally someone that looked like me in every genre that I knew about, and he came into country music in a time where there was so much public hate toward people because of the color of their skin. At the same time where there's, public beatings and public hangings of black people, he was selling out concerts to people that had the same skin complexion as the people that were abusing and beating people that had the same skin complexion as him, and it showed his courage. It showed his love and his passion for music. He was a great baseball player, but I didn't know much about his baseball career until later in life when I kind of really dove into it. But his music, I was all in it. I don't know if there could be many people that would step into his shoes in a time when a lot of people in this country view people that look like you as beneath them. And there could be words that would be said about you, to people around you. I remember me and Mr. Pride talked a few times, and he told me so many stories about going to different concerts and, people standing outside that weren't attending a concert yelling things at him and the different words he heard. And I don't know if I could have done it, honestly. But I'm glad he did. He went from being a hero to a friend to someone that became like a grandfather to me. When we talked on the phone, and he would tell me a bunch of different stories, and watching him talk to people for a couple minutes and then telling them when their birthday was. Like, it's just little things like that. And even, in his 80s, he still had a sense of humor. Dude was funny. He would crack jokes, and he would always leave in the conversation that we had with some sort of motivational piece that I could apply to my life. I remember when I met him, we were at NAM, I think it was NAM, and we were at the Gibson Epiphone guitar area, and we sat down and talked. It was my first time meeting him, and he asked me where I was from, and I told him Delaware, and he was like, "You're a Gemini." I was like, "What? Huh? What are you talking about?" I said, "No, my name's Jimmie." He said, "No, you're a Gemini." I said, "No, my name's Jimmie." Here I am thinking I'm helping him out, but he's really telling me I'm a Gemini. I was like, "Oh, I'm a Gemini." He said, "Yeah, your birthday what, like June 17th?" I said, "That's creepy. It's the 18th, but how'd you even get that close? I ain't tell you I was like, "Did you Google me?" He said, "Nah, I didn't Google you." And we just started talking, just about Delaware, just about life. And, I got to see him perform later that night. It was great. And then the next time running into him was at the Grand Ole Opry. So we were scheduling my Opry debut in 2018, and there was a few dates that they thrown at me, and I was just unavailable at the time. And then the date that we finally agreed upon, I come to find out that was a date that I already had set to honor Charlie Pride's 25th year as an Opry member. And I was like, what? So the coolest thing I remember, I was in his dressing room talking for a while, telling me stories, just telling me about the people that kind of took him under their wing, the people that took him on the road first, and just all the mentors and fellow artist friends he had in his life. And it was cool to sit there and hear the story. And then I remember I was on stage, I just sung Best Shot, and I look to the right, and I see Aaron Tippin, who was my dad's favorite country artist, next to my son, standing next to Charlie Pride, watching me perform, and I lost it. I was like, what in the world is life right now? Like, I have the hero, the Superman of black people in country music, watching me perform my Opry debut. It went from that, then, and before we even met, 2 years prior, I saw that this was before I got a record deal or anything. I just signed a publishing deal. I had just moved because, when you move, you spend a lot of money. I just moved to a new place. I had no money. I had like $150 to my name. And I saw that Charlie was performing at the CMA's, the 50th anniversary. And I said, I have to go. So I found out through one of my friends that they could sell me a ticket for $100. So I bought that ticket. But pretty much my last $100 had like $50 and ate that, and things were kind of slim for a while. But it was worth it because I was like, I don't know if this will be the last time I get to see Mr. Pride on stage because he's getting older. Who knows if he'll want to keep performing? So I went to the CMAs, got to see him perform, and I was like, wow. I had no idea that 2 years after that I would meet him for the first time. And we would, start to build a friendship, and I had no idea 4 years later that I would be on stage with him at the CMAs. There's just been so many conversations we've had, and I've learned so much from him. I got a chance to record a song I co-wrote with three friends of mine. I got to record that song with Charlie and with Darius, and that was a special moment. For me. It was funny because we were in the studio and they'd sent over, his files that he recorded in Texas. They'd sent them over, and I heard them, and then I kind of got a disclaimer. Somebody that worked with him was like, "Hey, he kind of did his own thing on the song. You'll hear it." So we played it, right? And I heard it. And I called him 2 days later. I was like, Mr. Pride. He said, yeah, who is this? I said, it's Jimmie. He said, oh, hey, Jimmie. I said, you sung the song for me, right? He said, yeah, you got it. I said, yeah, I got it. I said, so you just did your own thing on it? You didn't really care about the melody that we had? He said, I sung it. I sung it. I was like, oh, I know you sung it. He said, can you use any? I said, yeah, there's some stuff we can use in here. I said, we gonna make it work. But he had fun, and that's my thing. I don't care if he would have just sent back the recording and just said, yo, 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 yo. I'd have been cool with that because it's Charlie Pride. I got to record with the legend, and he did his thing, man. It was great. We got to use a bunch of the parts he recorded for the record with him and me and Darius. And I remember we were at the CMA rehearsals, and we were talking. We were on. He just got off his golf cart, onto his tour bus, and we're sitting there talking. It's about life. He's, telling other people when their birthday was. And he said to me, I want to meet Kane. talking about Kane Brown. And I said, I'll set that up for you. We never got a chance to set it up, but he was aware of the artist that followed in his footsteps, from myself to Kane to Darius to Mickey Guyton, Cowboy Troy and Neil McCoy. He knew who these artists were, and we sat there and talked, and he was like, well, who else, is in country music that I should know, that's black? And I told him, I named Aaron Vance, I named Tierra, I named Breland, I named Willie Jones, I named Coffee Anderson, I named Tony Evans. We got to sit there and just talk for a little bit just about, I feel like you should give people their roses while they can smell them, We just talked about the list of artists that he has inspired, and it's just so many people. And I remember when I got the call to perform with him and present him with the Willie Nelson Lifetime Achievement Award, I was in awe. One, because this is a guy that I've looked up to for years, to one day hope to just meet, and hopefully one day he would even just know I existed. You know what I mean? You have people you look up to for so long, and you're not even really looking forward to a friendship. You just want them to know that you exist and what they did mattered to you and your life and your purpose and your journey and your path, And I was like, wow, not only have I been able to build a friendship with Mr. Pride, we got close, we got a chance to talk and really get to know each other. And I feel like, he kind of became more like a grandfather, as our relationship continued to build. So I remember standing on stage with him, singing, Kiss an Angel Good Morning. And the whole time I'm in my head like, yo, this is Charlie Pride I'm singing with. And the dude was funny too, because I remember we were at rehearsal. So if you know much about music, about bars and intros and stuff. And the band started playing the song, and they did a 4-bar intro. So he started singing on the second bar. And then they was like, wait. He was like, wait, something, wait. Then they was like, he was like, I was like, well, I think the intro is 4 bars. And that's what the band guy was telling me. He said, well, all my career, I've done it the 2-bar. I come in 2-bar intro and I'm in there. That's how I've always done it. But he said, if y'all want to do the 4 bars, we can. So we I say, hey, if you forget it, don't worry. I give you a cue. I give you something. He said, I'll get it. Don't you worry. So we had somebody kind of stand out front during rehearsal, kind of let them know when to come in. And, he nailed it. And then we rehearsed again. And then we were trying to figure, and then I forgot if it was a 2-bar or an intro. Then we ended up just changing it back to 2 bars. But just even in those moments, man, he was professional. He was funny. He had a sense of humor about a lot of things. And it was just super special to me to be able to present that award to him, to be on stage with a legend. And, the world is going to miss him. I'm going to miss him. His family's missing him. I'm keeping, Rosine and the kids in my prayers all the time. I can't imagine, spending 60 plus years with someone and then them just being, taken away from you. But I hope through this, people that didn't know about Charlie Pride or who he was and what he did, I hope they get to know him, through his music, through his life. Just everything he accomplished, from baseball to music, and just inspiring so many people, and just having the courage to continue to stand up and chase down the dream you want, no matter how society might feel about what you're doing because of the color of your skin. And there's just so many life lessons that you can take from his life and apply, to your own. And I just, I just hope we learn that, there's nothing that you can't do, because he showed us that we can. So we definitely lost a legend, man. For me, it feels like Superman died. But he lived a good life, man, and he inspired so many people. But Charlie, love you. We miss you. Thanks for everything you've done. Jimmie out.
Whenever I chance to meet some old friends on the street, they wonder, how does a man get to be this way? I don't know my shoes. Anytime and any place, and every time they ask me why, I just smile and say, oh, you've got to kiss an angel good morning and let her know you think about her when you're gone. Kiss an angel good morning and love her like the devil when you get back home.
People may try to guess the secret of happiness, but some of them will never learn. It's just a simple thing. The secret I'm speaking of is a woman and a man in love, and the answer is in this song that I always sing.
You've got to kiss an angel good morning and let her know you think about her when you're gone. Kiss an angel good morning and love her like the devil when you get back home.
Come on, y'all, help us sing this song.
Kiss an angel good morning and let her know you think about her when you're gone. Kiss an angel good morning and love her like the devil when you get back home. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Mr. Charlie.